1, 2. Right, hello, welcome to Revelator Alf for an impromptu live stream. I'm talking about which Harley engine for me. Yeah, I'm doing lots of different things here right now. I'm testing brand new equipment, brand new setup. If you are watching, please join in. I'm only going to do this for a short period. Really is to test my setup here. I really want to see what you think of the video quality. Also, if you can tell me if my voice audio is in sync with the video as well. I've done lots of testing today, and hopefully I think this setting is just right. But it would be really helpful if any of you can come on. I've got the chat open here, but I'm not sure if anybody's going to join or anything like that. So I'm just going to keep it going for a while. I'll review it later as well. But really, if you saw my previous live stream this morning, I kind of briefly talked about it. Richard Perry, hello. This is great, Alf. Okay, thank you. Is the video better quality? Hopefully it is. And hopefully the audio is a lot better as well. I'm using this kind of studio mic here as well. If this works, West Ham Unofficial, everything is good, mate. Thanks very much. That's young Jake, isn't it? I think that's young Jake. What are you doing on here? So hopefully this works really well. Anyway, so if you saw my stream earlier on, I talked about getting engines for in here so I can work on, do live shows as well. This is part of the step. It's really about, 100% better. I think so as well. This is what I was aiming for, is actually getting really good quality video, and then I can mix that with really good quality audio, and then hopefully it is going to be a much better live viewing platform for you guys, really. The other software which I was using before, which a lot of us who we do the football stuff as well, we do by this other thing called StreamYard. The problem is my system won't work using this camera through StreamYard. It just doesn't like it. It just doesn't like the capability of it. And I think a lot of that is to do with my computer rather than the actual camera setup. So I don't know, but I've basically gone through another system now, OBS. Louis 8 Sable, yeah, very John Peel. Very good. Thank you very much. Well, hopefully it's working. Anyway, so I've gone back to this system now. I've really messed around with the settings. It's taken me about 2 hours just to try and get this far, so hopefully it'll work out. Anyway, I will be looking or continuing to try and find engines in any condition, actually, really, but preferably ones that are in half decent condition, that I can source, that I can buy, that I can bring here, and then I can start doing videos with it. If this works, what I'm going to plan on doing is setting up another video camera or another camera setup with the same quality. Hopefully I can get that to work in this system as well, and have at least a minimum of 2 cameras, and then that'll set up as well, and hopefully that will work as well. It's going to take a lot of working, but hopefully this works. Hopefully this works for you. If I can get just a thumbs up from anybody in there, just to let me know that this stream is okay. And that's okay. So I say I am going to be talking quite in depth in future videos or future live streams about some of the different types of Harley engines, and if you're going to, not necessarily buy a brand new bike, but if you're going to buy a bike or buy a motorbike, should you even consider an engine? Does it really matter? As long as it makes you go down the road, who cares, really? But then if you're looking at a particular bike, then should you look at a particular engine for that bike? And then is one engine necessarily better than another or worse? So I'm going to be looking into that, exploring that a little bit, and that will be in the live streams really. And then another aspect of the live stream will be, as I say, getting these engines, or getting a engine. If I can get one engine, that would be great. And then start to do either videos or live sessions on those particular ones. So even though it might be an engine that you don't have, I'll talk in general terms so you can apply the same logic to whatever engine that you have as well. And hopefully that works. Anyway, right, so look, I'm just going to go on for about 5 minutes. It really is literally just to talk a little bit about this, test everything out here. I tested earlier on just using a webcam with a workshop feed. I think as a general background, if I wanted to have another workshop, let's say, and I just wanted a bird's eye view, that would work fine. But if I'm doing this kind of thing, I think I need a little bit better, and the only way I'm going to be able to do it is via this kind of setup here, and not anything else. Anyway, look, thanks for joining in. Thanks for letting me know that it's all working out for you. And right, anyway, I'm going to get onto the old internet and see if I can source out another engine. But look, there's I'm looking for Harley Davidson engine because I ride a Harley Davidson. I as I said before, I'm ideally looking for an M8 engine, a 107, 114, not necessarily 117, but a 114. I'm looking out of an engine from the Softails, because they're the ones that are air oil cooled, as opposed to Taurus that have slightly different setup as well, different mounting as well. I won't go into that now. But then then I also want to go backwards and look at twin cams, Evos, whatever engines, Sportster engines, all this kind of stuff. Looking at different ones. Jay, hello from Pennsylvania. Hello, how are you? And thank you for joining in. I say this is purely just a quick test of equipment. I've got a brand new camera, and I'm wanting to talk a little bit about the Harley Davidson or just general motorcycle engines, which I'm planning to try and acquire so I can do some workshop builds on engines only, and then also discuss a few things in future live streams as well. So hopefully this all works. But anyway, so I say ideally I'll want a 107, 108 M8 engine initially to work on, because that's the bike I ride, and I can make more relevant videos there. But I also want to have other engines from the past as well, if I can get hold of those in whatever condition, and then if I can work on those and show and tell and bring those back to life. Even I've seen some old rusty engines as well out there. They're too expensive to buy a rusty old engine. However, for a video type thing, to a series of videos, it might be something good. And also, this is one of the things I always say about anybody who wants to work on a bike or work on anything, a car engine, whatever. If you could ever get something that you could just practice on, that's all the better. And that's what the purpose of these videos with engines would be, to show that actually you could just practice on you could have something like this just to practice on. It's very similar if you're building or restoring a bike, or custom bike build, whatever. In an ideal sense, you'd have the bike that you're working on, and also you'd have a donor bike which you could get all the parts. And that donor bike could also be a source of parts, but also could be something that you could practice on before you fit the final bit, or you work finally on your bike. That's if you don't, if you're not really sure what you're doing, you want a bit of practice. So, it works at lots of different levels, this practicing. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. With different engines, if I can get them. So I'm going to be just looking out for them and see how they work. Anyway, which Harley engine am I going to get? That's the thing. Whichever one I can find, I suppose, is the best way to answer that. Which is the best Harley engine? Oh, crikey, that's a whole other discussion, isn't it? I like the M8 engine as a rule. I know lots of people don't. You know, some engines from the past have saved Harley Davidson. There's no doubt about that. But anyway, look, that's a discussion for another time. But whether you like Evos or your twin cams or whatever, you know, it's, I mean, you could go all the way back in the day, of course, you know, or whatever engine from the past. I particularly like the M8 engine. I think it's a smoother running engine. Yes, there's some issues, but every engine has an issue. There's always problems, isn't there? There's always issues somewhere on the line, and there's always going to people say yes or no. The problem with the M8 engine, from the purists, from the Harley Davidson purists, has always been that it's moving away from that rumble, that vibration, that feeling, that immersive feeling that you have with the older Harley Davidson engines. That it's a lot raw, whereas these are smoother, so therefore it kind of lends itself to being it kind of distancing itself away from traditional Harley riders, and that it kind of did alienate quite a few people. I personally think it's great. I think it's been the engine that has attracted people to Harley Davidson. It certainly attracted me, because I've ridden many Harleys in the past, and diners and twin cams and things, and a couple of show heads, a couple of show heads in the past. One pan, that's about it. Not many, I've got to say, not many. But overwhelmingly, this engine, this bike was a lot smoother, because you got to understand, I don't come from a Harley Davidson background. You know, I come from British bikes, Japanese bikes, Italian bikes, you know, all sorts of different bikes. So, you know, so when I was looking at that, I kind of was looking at something that was more akin to those kind of riding bikes rather than traditional Harley riding bikes. But anyway, as I say, there we go. Right, anyway, look, hopefully the video quality is much better for you. This is something I'm really going to be working on for the live streams, and hopefully the audio as well will all come in sync now. And hopefully, this has been a real headache of mine for the last few days. It was almost one of those things I thought, I'm going to have to change everything here just to get everything, but hopefully this can work out. Let's just see. Anyway, look, I'm going to cut it short there. As I say, there are plans coming. I am going to try and do this engine thing for you guys, and also you know, if you want to see specific things, email me via the website, revelatoralf.com, which you can see down there, look, and all that kind of stuff. And see if there's specific things, and that'll give me, you know, content ideas as well, what you want to see, and maybe I can combine different ideas into a video or a live session as well. But anyway, hope you found this useful for you as well. Right, anyway, I'm gonna head off now. I'm just gonna have a little slurp of coffee. I've done too much talking today. I did another live stream before on this channel. I did another live stream as well for a sports channel which I'm involved with. So it's I think I really need to have a rest. But I'm so chuffed that this is working out. I'm so chuffed that the video seems to be working as well. So all I can say is, well, I really need to go and get an engine, I say. But look, it's working. I'm happy. That's all there is to it. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. And there'll be more to come from me, hopefully, very, very soon. But right, I'm going to say goodbye. And goodbye from the workshop. Goodbye. That side is the workshop. This side is the studio. Whatever it is, I'm so pleased I can finally get to have a proper studio microphone and use it. I've had this mic for about a year anyway, but there we go. So it's good. It's good to be able to use it in anger. Right. Anyway, ta-da. See you again. Thanks for joining, and let us know what you think about motorcycle engines, Harley Davidson engines, all that kind of stuff. Which engine do you think I should get first for the workshop to show you and to work on, and would it make good viewing for you guys? All right, ta-da. Turn off.